What is up, Golfers RX? Mr. Short Game here. Today, we're gonna work on our chipping or pitching from, let's say, not the best lie. And most time when that happens, you short side yourself as well. If one thing wasn't enough, you did that too. So we're gonna work on this, give you the keys to pull this off. Let's go. All right, my friends. So here is what you have done. You've hit a bad shot, you're in a bad lie, and you've got to get it on the green or close to the hole and try to save a par, which is difficult when you're on a lie like this where it's kind of hard packed. There's not much grass here. It could be a hard pan or something, or just a bare spot. Nobody likes those. So I'm going to give you a couple options so you can have an opportunity here to get it on and, you know, hopefully make a putt. 8 feet or so would be fantastic. But you just gotta know a couple things to be able to pull these off. And I'm gonna give you 2 ways to hit this shot. In both scenarios, I want you to use your most lofted club. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. Use the club you're most comfortable with, because that's going to help you out better than not being confident. So we've got to have the highest level of confidence possible. This is a 59-degree wedge for me on this shot, so I'm fully confident there. Some people like a pitching wedge, you might like a 9-iron, whatever. Whatever you have the highest level of confidence with, I want you to go with that. So first scenario is we're going to set up narrow stance, okay? Narrow stance. My weight's gonna be slightly forward, 70-30, maybe 80-20 even. If you make a mistake, be more on your front foot than on your back foot. Then ball is gonna be pretty center of stance, okay? And then we're gonna open that club face up a little bit, right around there. So this is my 59-degree, but I want that bounce, I wanna use that bounce on this one option of the shot. So I really wanna get that opened up. So I'm going from, let's say 59 to 69, 79, right in there, okay? So I'm right in here. Keep a little bend in your knees, okay? Really loose and relaxed, all the arms. And then I just want to take this here. I'm not really hinging the wrist. I'm just bending this elbow, my back elbow. So I'm just taking it, letting the elbow bend. And then from there, I'm thinking throw the bounce on the ground, okay? Throw the bounce on the ground. So you can hear that hit the ground. Now, if I'm throwing the leading edge on the ground, you're gonna get big divot. We don't want that, right? You just want bounce on the ground. I can hit that bounce hard on the ground and I'm not taking a chunk of earth out. That's the difference between hitting it with the bounce or the sole of the club, okay, and the leading edge. Leading edge is gonna take giant divot, bounce is gonna bang that sole into the ground. Make sense? Okay. And bounce, all bounce is the angle in which the sole hangs below the leading edge. Bounce isn't really an actual thing you could grab. It's just an angle. Okay. The bounce angle is the degree. You can't hold the bounce. You could hold the sole, right? But you can't hold the bounce. Bounce isn't a thing. It's just a measurement. So the bounce is the degree of which the sole goes below the leading edge. So we want to bang the sole into the ground. And it's called using the bounce. Okay? I think people get confused because they want to see the bounce. I mean, you can see the angle, but it's like saying I want to see 2 + 2. Like, well, it's 4, right? But, oh, whatever, you get it. Okay, so that's the thing. Bend the knees, weight forward, throw the sole on the ground. Boom. Just let it fall with acceleration. Fall with acceleration is the key. And you could do that. That's a nice high soft guy. The more you throw the bounce, the sole into the ground, the higher it will go, and the closer it will. So you got to really throw it down. Obviously, if you go too far, it's going to go farther, but I really threw that down there. So the less confidence you have, the faster you should throw the bounce, the sole, into the ground and let it ricochet off. but that face has to be open for you to do that. So I'm nervous. I'm going to give it a little more speed and a little more thud on the earth, right? And it's going to go a bit farther, but you're going to be okay because, I mean, that rolled back, almost went in the hole. Because at least you're on, right? So this is one option of a shot. Really throw that and thud that in. And if you ask me, that's the best option. But there's another option I want you to consider too, just in case you're not like super comfortable with that shot. But man, I would highly recommend you work on that one because that's the way to go. But there's a kind of a, let's say a band-aid shot that you can do that you might need from time to time. Okay, option 2. Let's say that's not working for you. You're having trouble, you're struggling a little bit, or it's really down in a bad lie, like it's in a depression or something. Then you have this other option where you're gonna also take a narrow stance, okay? Narrow stance, weight again, 80-20. I'm gonna back that ball up now off to my middle of my back foot, kind of right in here. And then my hands are gonna go on my left thigh, my front thigh, okay? I don't wanna exaggerate them, I just wanna slightly go forward. And now here, what I'm doing is, you can't rotate the face, okay? Don't do that. You just wanna kind of come up and you're gonna like, I hate saying chop down, but that's kind of the motion. You kind of chop down. When people say chop down on the ball, we have a tendency to stop the swing. And if you stop the swing, you're going to chunk it. So that's why I don't like to say chop down, although you're chopping down and moving forward. But man, you have to move forward with your upper shoulders and rotate that. So you're chopping down and following through here and rotate. You got to get a lot of rotation through this one. So you're chopped down, but you're forcing that club head to keep moving. If you just chop down like this, that ball is just gonna, unless you hit it perfect, it's just gonna chunk it and stop. So you've got to come down and rotate. And that's gonna force the club, it's gonna keep it from digging into the ground, and it's gonna force it to move kind of in an arcing direction around. And so that's the next option, okay? So weight, feet together, weight forward, ball on my back, middle of my foot, and I'm gonna come and rotate through. And this is gonna come out a lot lower, and you know, it could hit this rough and trickle up. But again, it's something that you can do if the lie dictates. But you can see how low that goes. And if I had a back pin placement way back there, this kind of could be your shot. But if you short side yourself, I would go with the other shot, unless you're just totally not comfortable and you're happy with a shot about that far away. Or if that ball is like in a divot like this, then you might kind of be forced to play this little shot there and just take your medicine, try to two-putt that and move on. So this would be a scenario where the lie's even worse. You might even have to back it up to the outside of your back foot. Just a key when you do that, as you back it up, don't get your feet turning this direction. Okay, no, line up pretty square and back it up like that. So you're squared up, okay? I don't want to look like this, okay? I want to look like square, okay? I don't care how far back you go. You could do that. It's pretty far back. It's about 6-8 inches off my back foot, but again, I'm still squared up to that. And then that's the risk you run right there. So that would have been too far back in my stance. Let's go more on the back foot and chop down and rotate through. And if you really hit a good one, that's about where you're gonna be. So those are your two options for this particular shot: the bounce sole into the air, or the back it up, chop, rotate through. Either one can work one's gonna pay off more for you than the other, but lie is gonna dictate which one you choose, and confidence is going to be a big factor when you're determining which of the two shots you're gonna play. So be sure to keep checking your inbox for more tips from me, Mr. Short Game. Until next time, good luck out there. See you then.